video starts, I want you to go down right now and hit that like button. Also, while you're down there, make sure to subscribe for more videos. If you do hit that subscribe button, then also hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button.
Over a year ago, Casey Neistat uploaded a video called The Day I Almost Died, and you already know that this guy has done some crazy things through his life, so you know that this is probably going to be really bad. Anyways, he says it's the only time that he looks back on and knows it was really dumb. And that was the time he climbed a mountain in Chile, which is the tallest mountain on the southern hemisphere of the globe. Literally days after they left the mountain, 5 other climbers died. All they took with them was a map and a pencil. That means no guides or GPS to help them go on their way. They also got lost at 21,000 feet, and above the point of 20,000 feet, you're actually officially on your own. There's literally no helicopters or rescue squads beyond that point. On Christmas Day, they began their push to the summit of the mountain. They were coming very close to the top of the mountain, but they kept blacking out due to the altitude. As well, they also passed their turnaround time by 2 hours, but they didn't turn back. He actually has no memory of what happened. He only has the footage and the memory of extreme tiredness. Now, they managed to summit and get back down, but they very nearly died on the mountain.
That moment that I felt like closer to not making it than any other time in my life.
This is it. This is me summiting the tallest mountain in the southern and western hemisphere. There should be a cross. Cross, there it is.
We summited. We shouldn't have. We should have turned around, but we summited.
So it's pretty obvious that some animals are more dangerous than others, but Vitaly didn't care as he went up against a 1,300-pound bull. And of course, he dressed completely in red. Now, if you know anything about bulls, you probably know that the color red sort of sets them off into a wild frenzy. And bullfighters in Spain use the color red to distract them. In this video, Vitaly was trying to collect pumpkins so he could donate money to cancer research. So they released the bull, and at first, things seemed to be going pretty well. And yeah, that was before he got completely taken out. The bull literally took him to the ground and started jumping up and down on his face until it broke his jaw. He then proceeded to jump straight out of the area, and a paramedic was on scene to help him out. I mean, if you really think about this, he could have had his head smashed in and could be dead.
You okay?
High five.
Last May, Haley, which is a popular makeup YouTuber, made a video called I Almost Died in a Plane Crash, where she tells the story of, well, when she nearly died in a plane crash. Basically, they were caught in some really bad turbulence and the engines of the plane actually exploded. Now, luckily, they managed to make an emergency landing and escape with their lives. What you might not have known is that Haley is a little bit accident prone. And while this was the first nearly died video she made this year, it wasn't the last. On the 13th of November, she also uploaded a video called I Almost Died in a Car Accident. In this video, she tells the story of, yep, you guessed it, the time she almost died in a car accident. The accident itself happened around 2 years ago when she still lived in Turkey. They called the cab, but halfway through the journey, the driver of the cab actually fell asleep. Their car started spinning around and ended up crashing into the barriers on the highway. Now, luckily, no one got injured really seriously, but by the sounds of the story, it was a really scary incident.
15 meters away from the cones, and he still hadn't switched lanes. And my dad looked at the cab driver and was like, you should switch our lane. And right when he said that, he realized that the driver was sleeping. He was like fast asleep. He was like driving with his eyes closed, and my dad was like, this man is sleeping. So he had to take control of the wheel, and he held onto the wheel, and he was like kind of like turning the wheel to like go into the other lane. And when the cab driver sensed the motion,
Haley isn't the only YouTuber that's been involved in a car crash. Ben Brown is a British vlogger that makes a few videos every week, and in March of this year, he was involved in a crash that was actually caught on camera. Now, the crash doesn't look too bad until we actually see some GoPro footage from the car behind Ben's. They were crossing over a section of a road when, from out of nowhere, another car comes speeding along and hits the tail end of the car. They spin out and stop driving, but things could have been so much worse. Everyone was going pretty slow, and they got hit from behind. But it just sort of shows that you should always wear your seatbelt, or he could have gone straight into the windshield.
That's hog. Yo, that's a dog. I think, yo, but... Oh my god. I can't hold it. Are you guys alright? Is everyone okay? I think, whoa.
Go video that nearly led to a YouTuber biting the bullet. This time, literally. On their journey to hunt Pokemon, they ended up traveling onto someone else's property. Now, it's a well-known fact that people in the South can be really protective of their property, and this situation is no different. I mean, I guess I could kind of understand the property owner side of things here. He comes out in the middle of the night to see two random guys he doesn't know messing about with their phones on his field. He has every right to be a little bit concerned. However, I'm not sure if firing on the YouTubers after they said they were leaving was the right move to make. Luckily, they got out of there with no one getting hurt, but they were a lot more fortunate than some other dumb Pokemon Go players.